Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot C. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages with the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's see what cards come out, what messages come through the cards. So the first card we have is the Hierophant. We do have Taurus energy with us. Could be dealing with Taurus. We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. And we have the Emperor card. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Temperance. So we do have some Sagittarius energy with this card. And we also have some Aries energy with the Temperance. With the Emperor. So with the Temperance card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of really trying to bring some kind of a harmonious energy into a situation. I do feel like with this Temperance card showing up here though, this does feel like a need for being patient with the developing or the unfolding of a situation. I do also feel that with the Temperance card showing up over here, this does feel like something that is quite serious, something that is quite deep. I do also feel like it is something that is almost a bit like there's a sense of a divine union involved when it comes to any kind of union that you're in. And I do feel like with the Temperance card showing up over here, this feels like supportive energy of a union. But with the Hierophant card showing up over here, I do feel like this is a pretty serious energy when it comes to the way in which somebody's looking at commitments. They take it quite seriously. I do also feel that this person feels like you're the one to be able to actually do that with. I do feel like with the Hierophant showing up over here, this feels like somebody who's quite traditional. I do feel like they do move in a pretty, it's like in a traditional way when it comes to the unfolding of this connection with you. And I do feel like also with the Hierophant, this does feel like a person who is quite well thought out when it comes to their steps. But I do feel like when it comes to the way they feel about you, they do feel something quite strong. I also feel like there's a sense of feeling like they are, when it comes to commitment-wise, this person's quite open and available to it. I feel like they're very much available for that. But with the Seven of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of being able to actually hear or be able to share with somebody in something quite vulnerable, something quite deeply honest. I do feel like there's a conversation that takes place. I do also feel like when it comes to the communication, it does also feel like somebody wanting to be able to actually share something with you. It's almost like an admitting of something or a confession. I do feel like also with the Seven of Swords showing up over here, this could also be you're wanting to be able to be honest with somebody. But this feels like an energy of being able to actually have a pretty honest and deep, vulnerable type of a communication with someone. And I do feel like communication is quite important within this connection, and especially when it comes to being able to have things be able to work. With the Emperor card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of somebody taking the initiative. I do feel like this person is going to make a move. This person is somebody who isn't someone who's going to hesitate or going to lead you on or going to actually leave anything to chance. This feels like a pretty proactive energy. I do feel like with the Emperor card showing up over here that you could be dealing with somebody who is in a very high status place. I do also feel like this person holds a lot of power in the way in which other people view them or in society. I do feel like with the Emperor card showing up over here, this person may be somebody who has to have a very strong front when it comes to the way in which other people are seeing them, perceiving them. But there is a softer side when it comes to this person, being able to get to know this person and when you get closer to this person. And I do feel like that could be something that you're able to see, especially with the Temperance card showing up over here. This feels like connecting from a true, genuine space. I do feel like when it comes to your connection, this does feel like a sense of being intentional. I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and we have the Ten of Wands in the reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. So this King of Wands shown up over here, this feels like very confident energy. I do also feel like you're dealing with somebody who's quite confident. I do also feel like when it comes to the situation, it is something you can take confidence in. I do feel like there's a sense of being in a place that feels quite solid, but I do feel like with the King of Wands shown up over here, this does feel like an energy of somebody who wants to be able to either approach you, wants to be able to either reach out, contact you, wants to be able to actually take an initiative towards taking a step towards you. I do feel like with the Eight of Wands, this does feel like a lot of communication, somebody wanting to reach out. I do also feel like with this Eight of Wands showing up over here, this also feels like being able to actually experience things moving forward at a quick pace, which I do feel like it is happening almost kind of unexpectedly, especially with the Temperance card showing up over here. But I do feel like things are lining up in a way that things have to move forward. I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles showing up over here, this feels like an invested energy. There may be some times where you wonder if it is going to be worth it, if it's going to be what you want to invest yourself into. I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles showing up over here, this feels like an energy of kind of waiting for a sign or waiting for somebody to show you that it is worth it. And I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, this feels like an energy of being able to have something, be able to actually form a strong foundation. And do feel like you'll be able to look back and see something that feels like it's been worth it and it has been worth the investment. I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of really trying to make something work and putting in work towards making it work. So I do feel like communication maybe is something that this connection with this person needs to be able to actually establish, be able to work on. But I do feel like with the Seven of Swords showing up over here, that feeling could be mutual with this person, especially with that Eight of Wands. I do feel like with the Ten of Wands showing up in the reverse, this feels like an energy of really wanting to be able to assist you. I do feel like somebody wants to be able to help you, make your life easier. I do also feel like this person wants to be able to actually offer you assistance where it could feel like you're taking on a lot. So it could feel like there's a lot of burdens. And this could be, as far as this connection, could even be as far as past burdens. So anything that feels like it's weighing you down. And it does feel like there is an energy of somebody wanting to share that load with you, wanting to be able to pick that up for you. I do feel like with the Ten of Wands showing up in the reverse, this is supportive energy. So I do feel like with this Ten of Wands, this does feel like a sense of having been in a space of having had endured or experienced something happening one way for a long time. But this feels like a change in that and in that pattern. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Flirt card. We have Keep an Open Mind. And we have Stay Optimistic About Your Love Life. So with the Flirt card showing up over here, this does feel like a light-hearted beginning to a connection with somebody. I do feel like being able to experience an enjoyable time when it comes to getting to know somebody or when it comes to being in the presence of somebody. And I do feel like there's chemistry here. With the Keep an Open Mind card showing up over here though, I do feel like there's a sense of being able to actually experience a connection with somebody who is different from your usual type. I do get that that's in the way that they treat you, the way that they make you feel, but also just in perhaps them just looking like what is different from your usual type. And I do feel like that's something that other people may also recognize, but I do feel like there is still a complementary energy between yourself and this person. I do feel like there's an open-mindedness towards being able to approach this situation or this connection with this person, and also when it comes to being able to learn somebody and this person being able to learn you. And I do feel like there is that open energy for making space for another person in a relationship. I do feel like with the Stay Optimistic About Your Love Life card showing up over here, this feels like there is a lot of good things to look forward to within this connection. I do feel like there is a sense of being able to experience something different, but I do feel like it's something better than anything from the past, especially with that Ten of Wands showing up in the reverse. I do feel like this person's coming towards you, so I do feel like it's like there's not as much for you to do as there is that this person is going to do and show you. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. and I will speak to you in the next reading. Bye, Cancer.